How hard would it be to beat Pokemon Fire Red if every time you open a door, it goes somewhere completely random? Well, in the case that every door is mapped to only one other door, you would just have to find the one specific door that leads you straight to the champion's room, and then, presuming you can beat the fight, bam, you just beat Pokemon Fire Red. But that's not enough for me. I want to take this one step further and make this challenge way more difficult. I don't just want to find and defeat the champion. I also want to find and defeat all 8 gym leaders, all 4 Elite Four members, and then go defeat the champion. I want to properly complete Pokemon Fire Red, even when all of the doors, ladders, and staircases in the game are completely jumbled around. This is the story of my journey to beat this challenge and how I employed some clever mathematics to help me out along the way. Here we go. This run, of course, starts off like any Pokemon Fire Red challenge run. You listen to Oak talk about Pokemon, and then you talk to your mom before you embark on a true nightmare quest that's sure to resemble a Monsters Inc.-style door maze that will definitely drive me absolutely insane. I do want to explain what's going on with this layout, though. I streamed this entire run to my Twitch channel, so to keep things clear for my viewers, I have 2 important things on the layout here. First of all, the key item tracker. At the top of the tracker are my badges and which Elite Four members I've defeated. As I beat them, they'll light up, signifying my progress. As for the other things you see in the tracker, in theory, there's a world where I wouldn't really need to find any of the key items typically picked up in a journey through the Kanto region. That would, of course, have to be a world in which all 8 gym leaders, all the Elite Four members, and the champion all have their doors accessible right at the beginning of the game, which is, let's just say, incredibly unlikely. So there's a very high likelihood that I'll need some, if not all, of the important key items that Fire Red has to offer. Above the key item tracker is a number that logs the total number of entrances I have left to check in the game. As I go through a door and find out where it goes and then write down where it goes, that number will decrease. The last important thing to note before we head into our first randomized entrance is that the creators of this door randomizer elected to prevent the Pallet Town entrances from being randomized at all, presumably to make sure that runs can actually start. This means that our first randomized entrance check will be just north of Pallet Town in Viridian City. I feel like the first most important place to check is probably this. If this is not randomized, that's very good. If this is randomized, that's very bad. Yep. Right when you start Pokemon Fire Red or any of the Pokemon Kanto games, you have to go into this mart to get Oak's parcel, then take that back to Professor Oak, who will give you the Pokedex and Pokeballs. This is also the event that makes the guy move in Viridian City who's lying on his back and then winds up giving you the catch tutorial, giving you access to Viridian Forest. So not only do I want that old guy to move so that I can access the load zone up there into Viridian Forest, but also I need Pokeballs. And until I find Oak's parcel or some other mart where I can buy Pokeballs, I'm completely out of luck. And as you saw, I'm in Seafoam Island, and I'm gonna be winding up in high-level areas like this a lot. My level 6 Squirtle is not gonna cut it in these places. I'm not gonna be able to run away consistently, I'll faint all the time, and I definitely can't battle trainers. And since I'm looking to defeat the gym leaders and Elite Four members, I need a stronger team, and that means I need a way to catch new Pokemon. Okay, that goes to Route 12. Still no running shoes. Oh, yeah, okay. Surely I'll get those running shoes very soon. After all, you get them right at the start of the game, so should be fine. Let's take the ladder. Let's take the ladder and see where that goes, or the hole in the ground. Okay, that's a badge. Are the pads random? I sure hope not. No. Okay, thank God. Can you imagine? Obviously, I can't defeat Sabrina's team right now, so I'll come back later. But I've written down how to get to this gym, and it's just really nice to have found one, especially because gyms are one-ways. They're dead ends. There's only one entrance in and out. So I have to find the one single exact load zone that takes me to each gym leader. So yeah, finding one in the first 10 minutes is definitely nice and bodes well. Maybe it won't take me 3,000 years to beat this thing. I don't really want to follow these paths right yet. I would like to close off small looped areas. Any town is a massive hub of doors, right? And I'd like to check off as many things as I can, okay? I think We're gonna be in Seafoam a lot, it would seem. Hey you! Can you leave me alone, disembodied VO product placement guy? I'm just trying to find an anime to watch. It feels like it's disappeared off all my streaming services. That's what I'm here for, because the sponsor of today's video is NordVPN. How is this supposed to help me? Well, certain shows are only accessible in certain regions, and streaming services are constantly changing their lineup. With NordVPN, you can change your IP address to watch shows currently unavailable in your region. Wait, seriously? That's awesome. Not only does it help you watch your favorite shows, but by changing your IP, NordVPN could also aid in preventing companies from being able to price gouge you when shopping online. Plus, you can connect up to 10 devices with just one account. To get started, you can get a huge discount at nordvpn.com/ADEF. Sick, I'll get right on that so I can watch my show. What's your favorite anime? I bet it's Evangelion. Is that supposed to be a dig? I mean, Evangelion's all right, I guess, but it's not my favorite. You just strike me as a Shinji type of guy, that's all. Okay, now, what is that supposed to mean? When you use my link, you'll get a huge discount on a 2-year plan plus 4 bonus months. Get it now at nordvpn.com/ADEF. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Again, that's nordvpn.com/ADEF or click the link in the description below. You know what? I'm just gonna watch Haikyuu again. And we can't go this way. We can enter this door, but that's the last door we can do here right now. Power plant. It's this door as well. Oh my God. Okay. Oh, that is so huge for business. One of the reasons that I need a stronger team is because of Silph Co. Silph Co is a late game dungeon typically found in Saffron City, though of course, in this run, it could be anywhere. Silph Co is home to a massive encounter with Team Rocket, and it is really important to find. But in order for Silph Co to actually be useful, I need to have a team strong enough to take on any of the battles found inside. To explain why Silph Co is so important, I want to explain how I know this run is beatable at all. To do this, I visualized the problem using a kind of mathematics called graph theory. You can think of graph theory as a way to visualize networks. The network in question can really be anything, and because of this, graph theory pops up everywhere. A group of friends who all talk to each other regularly, a chain of satellites, a collection of cell phones all tied to the same tower, or even more abstract networks like a road map, where we can visualize road connections between small businesses or homes. Now, to be clear, whenever I say graph in this video, I'm talking about these network diagrams, not one of these or one of these. I know the word graph is sort of used interchangeably for all 3 of these things, but to eliminate some confusion, we can call these charts and this can be a plot. So, okay, how is graph theory useful for solving this problem of random doors in Pokémon? Well, let's visualize a simple version of Fire Red that has only one map, an interior with 4 exits. Each of these 4 exits goes to one of 4 gym leaders. Maybe exit 1 goes to gym leader 1, exit 2 goes to gym leader 2, and so on. Each of our gym leader rooms is marked by its own point on the graph, also known as a node. And the connection from that node back to the room we came from is visualized with a line, known in graph theory as an edge. Notice how all of the gym leader rooms are linked by edges to a sort of central node. That's our starting interior room from which they all propagate. This means that if you ever get lost trying to get back from one node to another, all you have to do is look at your graph and just trace along the edges to get back to where you need to go. Much like how when cell phones talk to each other, they must first pass information to a cell tower or satellite, which in turn passes the information to the receiving phone, all of our randomized doors lead to a sort of central node from which we can access all the other randomized doors. In the real, much larger graph that would represent the actual entire map randomizer run of Fire Red, not every single node would connect directly to one central node, but rather there would be several large networks, each with their own sort of central node, that would then connect to each other somehow. The reason for this is that the outside part of Kanto, which would in theory be our big central node, is actually segmented. You can't access every single part of the Kanto region's exterior without going through any load zones. There are often gates or caves which segment these large parts of Kanto away from one another. Think Mount Moon or Rock Tunnel or any of those gates where the guards need T for you to pass. Now, there are still several large parts of the region that you can traverse without hitting any load zones. For instance, you can traverse from Viridian City all the way down to Cinnabar without entering a single door. This would be one massive branch of our network with its own central node of exterior Kanto, but this branch would, by definition, need to somehow connect to our other branches. Now, the number of edges incident on a node in a graph is represented by its degree. So we can think of a gym interior as having degree 1. There's only one way in and out of each gym, so by definition, it can only have one connection. But something like the exterior Kanto node that connects all of Cinnabar, Pallet Town, and Viridian City might have a degree upwards of 20 or 30. These high degree areas are very desirable to find because they lead to many other parts of the network, including other high density ones. This is why Silph Co is so important. Silph Co is our biggest interior central node and has an exceptionally high degree. It has many, many nodes extending from it. Every staircase, every warp panel, of which there are tons, is a node. But that alone isn't what makes Silph Co so special. What makes Silph Co amazing are its elevators. The elevators aren't traditional load zones and thus aren't fully randomized in with the rest of the doors. So although getting from one floor to the next out of the 11 floors isn't possible via the stairs, you can use elevators to traverse to a different floor. So as opposed to many of our other large nodes where I might get segmented and fall down a rabbit hole into another large part of the network, many roads lead back to Silph Co, which will allow me to systematically check basically the whole building and hopefully find tons of our required gyms and Elite Four members. Okay, so Silph Co is great and all, but how do I know that this run is definitely possible to beat? Well, I know for a fact that the program that completes the randomization to shuffle up all the doors prohibits any pieces of the network from being completely isolated from the rest. This means that two one-ways can't connect to each other, because then they'd be disconnected from the massive web of connections that is the rest of the network. This also means that something like the Elite Four rooms, which have an entrance and an exit, can't have their entrance and exit recursively connect to one another. To put all of this simply, if you picked a random starting point at any random far-off area, even one with just one exit, there will absolutely be some path that exists to get to any other area in the game. It may take a completely ridiculous chain of like 20 annoying doors, but the path exists. It is because of that fact that I know for sure that I can win this thing. I just have to be patient and diligently map out where every single door goes. Now, catching this will be a waking nightmare, but at least we know where it is. The Sevy Islands are in this. Okay, well then we need to replot. There's a lot more entrances than I thought there were. Okay, so I need to clarify something here. The Sevy Islands are a bonus area added into Kanto in Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, and they have a bunch of like extra side quest stuff added into the game, which is really cool. But I didn't grow up with Fire Red Leaf Green, and you don't really ever have to come here in any challenge runs, so I don't know the Sevy Islands well at all. And there are a ton of very linear fetch quests with NPCs in the Sevy Islands, and those are difficult things to do in a door randomizer. And there are a lot of load zones and entrances on the Sevy Islands. So when I set up the randomization for this run, I explicitly checked the box that said, don't include the Sevy Islands in the pool. That's why I was so shocked just a moment ago to see Mount Ember pop up. I have truly no idea why Mount Ember is here, and because it showed up, I figured I screwed something up in the randomization, so in a moment, you're gonna see the total entrance count above the tracker go up by a lot, because I'm gonna go back in and tweak the tracker because I assumed at this point that the entirety of the Sevy Islands must be in this run, and I'm gonna have to check way more entrances than I thought. The weird thing here is it turns out I actually did do the randomization correctly, and Mount Ember is the only part of the Sevy Islands that weaseled its way into this run. That basically means in a moment when you see the number on the layout jump up to 416, just know that the actual total at any given time for the entire rest of this video is about 130 doors lower than whatever you see on the screen. But also know that in my mind at the time, I truly believed that there were that many remaining. So that's pretty fun. I was pretty confident at some point in this run I would wind up in a complete nightmare loop on the Sevy Islands, but it never winds up happening. But you can see it in my eyes every once in a while, and that's worth something, I guess. When do you get the running shoes in this game? To get the running shoes, I'm gonna need to find Brock's gym and beat it, and then find a way into Pewter City and talk to the guy that gives you the running shoes. So I need to find a specific load zone into Brock's gym, and then one of the doors in Pewter City. So the barrier to entry to get the running shoes is just a little higher than I'd like. This is a one-way though. Yeah, so we can just mark wherever it actually goes. Huge. Okay, we got Oak's parcel. That is a big take. I know it might not seem like much, but it is. Okay, just trust me. We're gonna save. That's really good. Why don't we go back and turn that in? Because that'll move the guy. This means we're gonna have Pokeballs, which means technically we can catch Zapdos. Hey, so I'm butting in. I don't actually have anything meaningful to say about the run right now. Sorry about that. You should subscribe. It's free. It takes like 2 seconds. Just check under the video. If you're enjoying what you're watching right now, I have a ton of other awesome challenge runs in Pokemon games, as well as cool math and science Pokemon stuff. So please consider subscribing because you don't want to miss what I've got coming up. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. Subscribe. It genuinely helps. I don't know how to transition out of this, so I'm gonna go into Adobe Premiere after this and find the weirdest transition I possibly can and apply it now. I mean, even if we just caught like a level 20-something Magnemite in the power plant, that is still quite good, comparatively. But I do think it is funny to try this once. Like, literally imagine if this caught. 0.4% chance, by the way. Yeah, I mean, what were we expecting? Thunder Wave, we get to throw another Pokeball. Hang on. Thunder Wave. We get to throw another Pokeball. Not better. Drill Peck is definitely gonna do it. We tried, and that counts for something. We can always return, and we will. And we will. Should have attacked. Cinnabar access. It was at this point that I decided to give up on the Zapdos and just settle for one of the lower level, but still way higher than Squirtle leveled, wild encounters in the power plant. Ideally, I want the Pikachu or Magneton, but I'd really settle for anything, since even the lowest level Magnemite or Voltorb will still be a huge upgrade from level 6 Squirtle. Surely the ball will get in the ball. Tackle, wow. Promising Pokemon. Okay, it's not the one we wanted, but it's something, okay? We have a level 22 Pokemon. Now with my freshly caught Voltorb in tow, I finally went and fought the first rival battle west of Viridian City because there's a load zone towards the Indigo Plateau back there that I need to check. And obviously this fight wasn't very hard because I have a 13 level advantage. We are not crossing off load zones as fast as one would want, but that should pick up. I am considering modding the running shoes into the game. I will be honest. Because this is so unnecessarily slow, and we have to find... You know what? No, that's against the spirit of the thing. I need to find Brock and find Pewter. I kind of forgot we'd have to deal with the SSN, I'll be honest. Pokemon Mansion. Basement. The basement of Pokemon Mansion is amazing to find because there's a key item down here. The secret key unlocks the door to Blaine's gym, and although that door almost certainly won't go to Blaine's gym, it's a door I need to check nonetheless, so this is a good find. I mean, level 34 Raticate would be a great pickup. That would be a great pickup. Imagine this catches. This is a solid Pokemon. It's not gonna happen, but it would be cool. Oh, fainting is gonna put us... Fainting will put us in Pallet. But we don't faint around here! We got our second team member and it's... Raticate! Another Naval Rock. There's gonna be a lot of those. The Game Corner. Let's go in the third door. Back to Naval Rock. Silph Co. Jesus. And just like that, boom, baby, the world is our oyster. Silph Co. is mine. Obviously, finding this place is pretty inevitable. There are like a billion entrances, but it's just a relief to find it nonetheless. Check the sixth door. Back to Silph Co. I'm surprised we hadn't found Silph Co. yet. Oh, this is the end, though. This is how you get the Master Ball. If we could beat Giovanni, that would be really big. But I don't think we can beat Giovanni with just the Raticate. Next up is the SSN rival fight, which of course the staircase behind the rival isn't actually gonna take me to the ship captain who gives me cut. It's gonna take me somewhere random. And of course, it takes me right back to Silph Co, baby, because all roads lead back to Silph Co. Side note, why was the SSN hiding Silph Co from me for so long? Stupid boat? Dumb boat? On water? Stupid? I'm gonna move on. Silph Co, we're back in Silph Co. Silph Co first floor. I'll tug on this thread a bit. I guess it's the rocket guy. You try to exit Silph Co? Joke's on you. You were actually in Silph Co the whole time. I then took some even more roundabout trips through the maze that is Silph Co and wound up picking up the free Lapras and the card key, which will give me access to basically the entirety of this godforsaken office building. Bingo! The card key opened the door. Let's just save our progress. Guys, I want the running shoes so bad. A gym! Oh my god, okay, huge. 2 gyms found. I don't think we can beat Koga right now, but we have found 2 gyms. We are little by little clearing things off the list, and we have the key so we can go in here. Does it matter? Not really, it's Rock Tunnel. Okay, I was literally just about to say, the only really scary loading zone in the entire game is the Champions Room, because it is one way. The Elite Four rooms, you can hit on both sides. I guess the gyms are scary too, but the Champions Room is really scary because there's only one, and we absolutely need it. We will lose if we fight him now, but that's okay. We know where the champion is. That is such a weight off my shoulders. So yeah, finding the champions room here was a huge relief because I need to find it in order to beat the game. But I don't really know what I was talking about in that last clip because all of the gym leaders are definitely equally as scary as the champion because they also only have one entrance and exit. But I don't know, man. Even just 1 hour into this challenge, I was already pretty delirious, so give me a break. I then found the top floor of Pokémon Tower, which is also really nice, because when you save Mr. Fuji, he warps you straight to his house, but this warp is an event, not a traditional load zone like a door. So it'll take us to the intended location instead of being randomized. In his house, he gives you the Poke Flute, which is also incredibly nice, because you'd otherwise have to find his house, which is also a one-way. I then found the Celadon department store, which is kind of like a mini Silph Co. It has 2 staircases per floor, so 2 entrances per floor, and an elevator to travel easily between all the floors. So not, not as good as Silph Co. It's only 2 per floor, and there's only a couple of floors, but still nice nonetheless. Shortly thereafter, I also found the Warden's house, meaning I definitely will be able to get strength later, provided I find the Safari Zone as well. Nothing crazy, just hanging with friends tonight? Nice. Nice. Let's go. Like Scoops. Like I'm hanging with my friends. Shaggy has summoned Blaine's gym. Huge. Another gym down, baby. Another gym. Come on. Okay, we need a better Pokemon, and then we're gonna just clear these like crazy. Okay. Where do you go? Oh, we got cut. Okay, this isn't like remarkably important, but it's something. It gives us access to some things. Okay? Okay. We got Dig, so this can get us out of some caves and stuff in the event that we get stuck. Runaway has been huge. I mean, it cannot be. Let's go! Let's absolutely go! Not only is it a gym, but it's a gym we can beat. Oh my god, dude. We are so back. And now if we find Pewter, we can run. The running shoes are on the horizon. Brock, I hate to tell you, King, this is not going to be an easy dub for you. Just kidding, I don't have any water moves on Lapras. Now, can someone tell me why that is? We have really not found Pewter City somehow, which is surprising, I guess. Now, as funny as it would be to use Parish Song to finish this, I think we should just swap. Well, I don't know. May as well, just in case things get hairy. Bring out the king. Bring out the king. Wait, we don't even have Bubble yet. I don't think. Do we? No, he learns it at 7, doesn't he? I think we don't have Bubble. Yeah. Parish Song it is. And that is our first gym badge. We are so back. We are so back. That's 4 gyms discovered, 1 beaten. Is that what I'm conflating, maybe? This place is busted! The first floor of Seafoam Islands is busted, bro! All right, our second gym battle, and this is an important one, because winning this, when we get Fly, which who knows when that will be, but getting this gym badge, the Thunder Badge, allows you access to Fly, so that is important. No static? I think I need to Hyper Fang you. I don't know that Quick Attack does it in 1. Beautiful. Okay, there's the static, but it doesn't matter. Our second gym badge, we have discovered 5 of the 8 gyms. We're moving. I've been putting off a lot of these floors on the pretense that I'll find the other side, but it's worth checking. It's so worth checking. It's actually crazy. It's so worth checking. It's actually crazy. Let us just check. Lugia, level 70 with an Ultra Ball. 0.83% to catch. What about if paralyzed? 1.2%. Let's just do it. Try at least once. I'm gonna sit here until we catch it. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. We got 14 Ultra Balls and unlimited time. Our first Ultra Ball. I kind of want to Body Slam open just to see. Rain Dance, that's fine. If we could get the Para, that would be nice. Hydro Pump, I have Water Absorb. Do you have any other moves? If it doesn't have any other moves, we're fine. Swift, that's gonna do a lot. Yeah, okay. Okay, we got the Para. Let's start chucking balls. This is like 1% to catch. We may be here for a while. Water Absorb, obviously good. That is 1.2% to catch. Ultra Ball, Paralyzed Lugia at level 70, about 98% HP. 1.2%. Come on! Come on! We're giving him a nickname. Come on. Oh. You're joking. Wow, that didn't take very long. Whoa! Speak of the devil. This run has been crazy. Just crazy things have been happening. I'm gonna turn this light back off for a while. I can't imagine we'll need Rain Dance. I think we'll be all right. We just need to hit these Hydro Pumps. But we can Swift on the pure ground types, or at least the non-rock types. But like for you, Hydro Pump is obviously optimal. Yeah, so right now our current progress is we know the location of 6 of the 8 gym leaders and the champion. We still need... Misty's gym and Sabrina's gym, and we need to go beat the other gyms we've found. And we need to find all 4 Elite Four members, of which we have found none. Which is a little concerning, but there's a lot of game left to play. Okay, there's a lot of game left to play. Did I say Sabrina? I meant Erica. I thought I said Erica. Did I not? I meant Erica. Okay. The 8th gym badge, which is our 3rd gym badge, has been acquired. We are cooking. We're cooking. Who the hell is this guy? Is that the guy in fuchsia? Come on. Lorelei's battle was actually pretty awkward for Lugia, as the Gen 2 box art legendary actually isn't that good, and this is also just a bad matchup for this Pokemon. Although Lugia's design is super sick, it just isn't a very quality attacker. Plus, for my whole life, I don't know about you, I've always mistaken Lugia to be flying and water type, since it's so heavily associated with the water in the movies and the anime and Gen 2. But nope, it's flying psychic type. Anyway, I won the fight and we cleared our first Elite Four member. And then almost immediately afterwards, something truly wonderful happened. Pewter! Guys, it's happening! It's happening! 2 hours in, the shoes! Oh my god. Can you even believe we're about to have running shoes? 2 hours into the run. Yes. Come on. Come on. Oh, it's glorious. I know how they work, but it's okay. Look at me go. Oh. It is sweet. I then wound up in Rock Tunnel again, and these ladders are super annoying to check because they require you to go through an entire floor just to check one single load zone. But I'm pretty glad I checked this one. Super glad I checked that. That is a ladder in Rock Tunnel. Similar to the Lorelei fight, the Lance fight here was pretty annoying for Lugia. I mean, Lugia, again, just isn't very physically powerful. Specifically, Dragonite here was an issue. It's tanky, and it resists basically all of my moveset. My moveset also just isn't very good, but nonetheless, I eventually got the W. That's another Elite Four member down. Mount Moon, or okay. The other side of Lance. So we would have found Lance anyway. Is that the T? Oh, huge. Huge. We've got the T, baby. Yes. Yes, sir. We're doing it. I don't need to save. We're gonna be fine. Oh, we can use cut now. Okay, this is... I mean, come on. Come on. This is huge. Who knows, her Starmie could pull off some crazy plans, maybe? I just don't think today's her day. We're only missing 1 gym now. We're just missing Erica's gym, and then we have all 8 gyms accessible. That's pretty huge. Yeah, there is. Where does this go? Oh, it's the other side. We've already been here. We've already been here. At first, I got so excited, and then I remembered we've already been there. We can use cut, and there's a house down here that we haven't checked. The old bait and switch? The old bait and switch? Okay. Come on now. Come on. The old bait and switch. Also, this will get us another new entrance as well, because clearing Bruno opens the back side. Bruno's fight was far easier than the others by comparison, which isn't very surprising. The load zone that opened up after I beat him also didn't wind up leading to anything spectacular, but not much later, I did find something nice. 9th floor, we have not been here yet. Is this the actual Safari Zone? It would make sense if it were. Yes, okay, nice. Oh wait, are these random though? They must be. No, okay. Gold teeth, huge. And let's get this hidden item. It's right here, I think. And surf. Nice. Oh, that's nice. Really oughta go do Koga. That was here, wasn't it? Yeah, let's go to the 5th floor. We really need surf access. 5th floor box room. That's in the bottom left. Excellent. My mapping skills have not failed me. Right. This will be badge number 5, which is fitting because this is the 5th gym leader. Thought you might live that, and here comes the minimize. Just shockwave. It'll be a 2-shot. Should be fine even at a low roll. Yeah. If Surf at 95 power did that much, then like we know that 60 base power should be a clean 2. There sure are. Five gym badges down, baby. Okay, if I mapped correctly, which is a big if, this should be strength. Huge. Give this man his teeth, and we pick up strength. Massive. Absolutely massive. Boom. Okay. I love that, okay, anytime I'm in this gym on stream or in a video or whatever, if you press B, you don't have to menu down to no, and I like the idea that people think I'm selecting yes and the game is saying it's correct. Tombstoney. Blaine's battle obviously won't be very difficult now that we have Surf, and Lugia can learn Surf, so that's really great. It's just a tremendously good move, especially in Gen 3, but it would be even better if Lugia were Water type, which it's not. But it could be. And maybe it should be, but it's not. But it's not. Anyway, that's 6 badges. All right, what do we got? Huge. Okay, that is huge. That is absolutely massive. Can you even imagine if Erica's gym is Erica's gym? It's possible, I think. I don't know how the randomization works, but it's certainly possible. It's not. Ooh. Okay, we have found our second to last thing we don't know the location of. We just need Erica now, which unfortunately there's only one load zone for Erica, but you know what? That's okay. The fight against Agatha really wasn't that bad, all things considered, especially compared to Lorelei and Lance. But of course, during this fight, in the back of my mind the entire time is the nagging thought that, okay, now I've found the second to last thing I needed, but of course, Agatha's entrance had 2 entrances, so I was literally twice as likely to find it as compared to Erica's gym. So now I'm pretty nervous about how long it's gonna take and how far I'm gonna have to go to find this final gym. Thus began the wild goose chase for Erica's gym. I knew at least one load zone would probably give me trouble in this run, I just didn't know which one specifically. And Erica's gym it is. After about 10 minutes of looking around, I decided to first make a pit stop to clear Sabrina's gym, thus clearing everything I had found thus far. Then after that, I would continue systematically checking all the load zones I hadn't been to yet in an attempt to hopefully find Erica quickly. Is this the gym? No. So this is the gym? Right, we found this right at the beginning. Yes, okay, good. This will be our 7th gym, which means we've done everything we can do, because I want to finish on the champion. I don't want to, like, do the champion and then go find Erica. I'd like to do all the other stuff and then champ. So we just need to find Erica's gym. The problem with that is that it is only one entrance. There is only one entrance. So, like, obviously, that could be bad, you know? But nonetheless, that is 7 gym badges. We're doing it. I mean, it's happening. We gotta find Erica. I mean, clearly I haven't checked a lot of places because there's 163 doors left. I just feel like I've done so many. I feel like it's possible that the Sevy Islands aren't actually in this and it's just Mount Ember, but maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. And we actually have a lot fewer than 163 entrances left. That certainly feels possible. Let's go! Yes! And that is 8 of 8 gym badges. Let's go! Okay, I've checked 300 doors. Finally, we have found her. After 300 total entrances, we have all 8 gyms, all 4 Elite Four members, and we know where the champion is, which means we can go beat the game. Positively get in. All right, here we go. It's time for the champ. We have traversed the random doors, and we are now here to claim our spot as league champion. Let's do it, baby. I think this Pidgeot has Whirlwind. Oh, good. Yep. Okay, we definitely can't get too greedy on the setup because of Whirlwind. But, I mean, I don't know. Stop it. Don't do all that. You don't have to do all that. No one is forcing you to do all of that. No one is forcing you to do all of this! No one. Oh my god, bro. I just need to get Pidgeot off screen so I can use my X accuracy. Okay. No, stop. Stop. Stop it, dude. Please just hit. No, stop. I can't do this. I can't do this. Please don't use Whirlwind. Okay. Just hit. Please just hit. Yes, okay. We can finish setting up now. My God. Wow, does he have 2 Intimidate users on his team? You're still using D-Rage. Have you considered not doing that? You're doing yourself a disservice. My Oranberry coming in so clutch, obviously. Let's heal up and go. I mean, we just have to keep clicking fly, unfortunately. Especially because of Intimidate. Oh, my lord. Oh, I never pumped an Exac. That's part of why I'm missing. Do I have an Exac? Sure don't. Cool, so we're just going to be -1 accuracy. You love to see it. Sand Attack did hit us once, right? I'm not misremembering. Oh my god. Okay, it's locked into Thrash. Good. Yep, another Intimidate user. Huge, massive, love that. Great for me. Good. Surf putting in work. I'm glad I did some X specials. Didn't matter for this, but for Arcanine it probably did. This is an Earthquake. Because we're still +1, right? Well, the worst thing it could do is, like, Psychic. And that's, yeah, we resist that. So Fly is just best. And it's okay if we get hit. Turns out there was a worse thing, and it's called Reflect. A worse outcome existed, but we're stalling Reflect here, so that's good. Yep. Oh my god. Just hit Fly. How hard could it be? Don't set up. All right. We have done it. We have done it. Actually, I did it, but I don't know. For some reason on YouTube, we have this problem where we say we instead of I all the time. But anyway, I did it. I have beaten Pokemon Fire Red with random doors. This was pretty difficult. I had to check over 300 load zones, which is not unanticipated. If all you required were beating the champion, we would have won hours ago. But I wanted to do everything, and I think that made it way more enjoyable, and it also required me to check way more stuff. And look at all our friends. Look at all our friends that got us here, our various friends that took us through our journey. We genuinely use all of them in battle at least once. Not often is that the case in a Pokemon challenge run. Time. 3 hours 17. With somewhat liberal use of speed up when I was just walking around and getting through wild encounters. But other than that, not so bad. Ultimately, I'm incredibly happy with how this went. If you subtract the roughly 130 load zones that I thought were added from the Sevy Islands, but actually weren't, I wound up checking basically every load zone in Fire Red except for 30. And boy, oh boy, am I glad that Erica's gym nor any of the other gym leaders or Elite Four members were behind any of those 30 remaining entrances, because as you might imagine, I prioritized easy checks first. So the remaining 30 were bound to be long, annoying, arduous, and just the worst. So when I said that I checked over 300 entrances, obviously I don't know what I'm talking about. In reality, once you subtract all the Sevy Islands stuff and count what I actually did, I checked around 250, which is still a lot, but definitely not 300 plus like I thought it was. Nonetheless, this was super fun to play, and I hope you enjoyed watching. If you want to watch the full unedited run, that link is in the description. And if you want to see me do this again, but in Pokemon Emerald, a game that's arguably even more difficult for a challenge like this, subscribe. Thanks for watching.